Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am Jennifer Hardy and this is the Unstoppable podcast show. Today I am joined by the wonderful Valerie Green. How are you doing, Valerie?
I'm doing great. Hi, Jen. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Awesome. I'm so excited to have you. So Valerie, you are a health coach.
That's right.
And in what capacity of health? Is it the kind of fitness stuff, or is it much more to do with, mental health, or is it a little bit of a combination of all?
It's a combination, actually. I'm an integrative health coach. So I look at nutrition, well-being, exercise, everything that's going to make you feel great and wonderful and fabulous. So not focusing just on one specific area, but all areas of your life.
Wonderful, excellent, I love it. And that's what we want. We want to be abundant in all areas of our life.
Yes.
Well-being too. I'm actually just starting a brand new kind of lifestyle kick, not a diet as such. I don't believe in them as much, but just I want to fuel my brain as much as possible.
Yes.
Looking at ways to get more kind of omega fatty acids in there, like lots of different bits and pieces. So it's really exciting. I've only been doing it now for a couple of days. I can already feel the difference.
Oh, great.
Fantastic. So yeah, health when it comes to running your own business as well is super important, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. We need it for energy. We need it for focus. We need it in order to have a good night's sleep so that we can actually perform better the following day. If we don't have a good diet and a good exercise and self-care in place, then our work, family life, everything suffers, actually, everything.
That's what I think. And what I also notice as well is when I'm not eating well and when I'm not treating my body with the respect it deserves, what I find is I actually suffer a little bit more from anxiety.
Absolutely, I can relate.
Yeah, it's obviously the chemicals of what's going in that's not fresh, especially when I'm eating out of packets and things like that. It's just not good, and I can feel it instantly. It has a massive detrimental effect on just my overall performance, but definitely for me it comes in anxiety, low moods,
Yes.
a little worry and panic as well. It's very, very strange. So already that because I've had a really busy kind of couple of months, and I've got a very intense couple of months coming up as well, and already I can feel that beginning just to slow.
Good. You need to take care of yourself. Otherwise you have that tired but wired horrible cycle going on.
Yeah, and that is horrible. I've been there. And
yeah.
It's not nice at all. Okay, so tell me a little bit about what you did before you did your health coaching.
I used to work in finance many years ago in London, trading Italian government bonds for my sins many moons ago. And I became a mummy and started traveling with my husband for his job because he was also in finance. Yeah. So it was basically one of us had to give. And as he was the largest breadwinner, I had to step aside and take care of the kiddies. Which I loved. So I've got 2 children. They're both university age now. So finance for many years, and I enjoyed that. It was highly pressurized, highly stressed, but it was good fun. And it was definitely a young person's game, that's for sure.
Definitely. So what was the shift then? What made you change up what you were doing?
2 big life-changing events happened, actually. First of all, my father was suffering with type 2 diabetes, which, as we all are aware now, it's lifestyle related. He ended up having a couple of toes amputated, just wasn't happy. And he was a very active man and a great man. And all of a sudden he was sitting days after days with his foot up on a coffee table, not being able to do anything, very immobile. Anyway, he unfortunately passed away with a heart attack. And then literally 4 months later, I was still grieving for my father. My husband had a severe stroke, so resulted in him an inability to speak now. He's got very limited speech. It took months for him to regain the ability to walk. And I started looking into, I was very angry, obviously, and super, super stressed, and started looking into the effects of both the important men in my life had gone through, and realized that if they'd just done simple changes in diet and lifestyle, both these events could have been prevented. So I got fascinated into the whole field of health, mental health, And that's how I ended up studying to become an integrative health coach.
Wow. I mean, that must have been the most difficult time in your life ever.
Oh, absolutely. No, it was awful. I was so stressed. I was trying to keep his company going. We were living in Dubai at the time, so I was trying to keep his company going, trying to take care of employees, trying to take care of my children. I was having anxiety attacks. I had a panic attack on a long haul flight, my first and thankfully my only one so far. I actually thought I was going to die. I'd never had one before. I thought I was having a heart attack. It was awful. It was absolutely horrendous. So that was my big wake up call, because although I was studying to be a health coach to help my husband on his recovery, I actually realized I need to take care of myself as well and get everything back on track. I was gaining weight. I wasn't eating though, but I was gaining. I was living on caffeine. I'd never drunk caffeine. I was a green tea girl up until this point, but I was just so stressed and so tired. And like we said before, that tired but wired cycle, just worried about how I was going to hold everything together.
Oh my goodness. Just, I mean, so really this project for you was a heart-led project. It was like, I'm going to get to the bottom of all this and what's been going on and what's happened. And it's incredible to hear you say that you actually do believe that by those small changes, those things have happened. That's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I was angry. The more I delved into health and nutrition, the more angry I became that. I was like, this could have been avoided. We could have we owe it to ourselves. Honestly, I really believe we owe it to ourselves and our loved ones to take the best care of ourselves that we can, because in a way, not taking care of ourselves is really selfish, not just because we're not doing ourselves any favors, but we're not doing those around us any favors. So many people have been impacted following my husband's stroke and my father's death. It's your immediate family, it's your friends, it's your work colleagues, it's all to a different degree, but it's a huge circle of people that get affected by one's inability to take care of themselves.
Yeah, my goodness. And what were some of those things, like what were some of the small things that literally could have been changed and this could have had a completely different outcome?
Eating better was the first one. The trouble is we had such a crazy busy social life, and with living in Dubai, we had visitors coming and going all the time, long hours in work. There was an awful lot of going out. I was going to the gym, but really, if I look back now, I was going to the gym for vanity reasons, because most of the year you're in a bikini, so you're very aware of how you look. So I wasn't doing it for health reasons. I was doing it for vanity reasons. But my husband wasn't doing any at all. He was just too busy. And if simple things like working out in the gym more in terms of what's beneficial for your body, in terms of how you look, would have been the first thing. Eating regular meals, that's very, very important. And breakfast, my husband was living on Diet Coke for breakfast. That was his breakfast, basically. But it maybe, just simple little changes like that. And also taking self-care. People don't realize the importance of meditation. I used to think meditation was this big hippy dippy woo-woo thing. Not for me. I don't have time to do that. But now I'm just, I'm in awe at how incredible it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. You're doing incredible work. So tell me, the people that come to you, what kind of stage are they at within their lives? Are they brand new to the concept of actually having a healthier lifestyle, or have they just kind of wagon, or is it a kind of mixture of lots of these things?
It's a good question, because honestly, it's a mixture, because we do know what we're supposed to do. We've read that we're supposed to eat, like you were saying earlier, more oily fish for your omega-3s. We know we need to adapt more of a Mediterranean diet, because that's been proven to be one of the healthiest diets around. We know we need to exercise. We know everything. We just don't do it. So there's some people are like that, and they just need hand holding, which is why I also love health coaching, because it's a bit like being a personal trainer in the gym for you. You're there with the person side by side, working towards their goals. and helping them, because deep down we do all know what we need to do, we just don't do it. And then some people are busy professionals and they're just super stressed with their lives and they're looking to find more balance. You know, their careers are doing really well, but they're just struggling with home life, with social life, with eating well, good nutritious meals that don't take hours and are not too fussy to prepare, and trying to fit in quick but effective exercise as well into their busy days. So it's a mix of both.
Wonderful. And one obviously thing that has been prevalent in your life has been stress and okay, and I would love to know, which I know that everyone out there is listening to now, I do definitely believe that your diet has a massive effect on your stress levels, but how would you manage it? How do you manage it? How did you manage it when you were going through that time as well?
Well, the first thing I did was definitely get my diet in order and start eating, because I wasn't eating, actually. I just wasn't. I was literally living. I never had coffee before because it never used to work for me. I was living on these massive bowls of cappuccinos, and then I was like, this is just not helping me at all. It was making my adrenaline pumping even more, my heart racing. So I took a step back at all and I started eating a proper nutritious breakfast. I started eating overnight oats because I was never a porridge girl, but I started soaking oats overnight in almond milk with cinnamon and then adding berries to them in the morning for a quick breakfast, because there was no preparation involved. It was all there ready to go. Started making sure I had protein at lunchtime to give me that energy, and eating nuts as snacks rather than grabbing a chocolate bar or a bag of crisps, and also having an evening meal. And then I started squeezing in time for yoga, which I'd never really paid too much attention before. I'd sort of dabbled in it. I loved running, and I've actually ran a marathon as well. So I really loved running, but I couldn't do that anymore. There was no time for that. So I started doing some gentle exercises. But honestly, yoga I thought was gentle stretching. It's not. It can be quite tough, and you do break out in a sweat with it as well. So I've really embraced all the different types of yoga there are as well. And like I was saying before, I never thought I would be doing meditation. I thought that was all a bit woo-woo and hippy-dippy. But even just 10 minutes a day of just sitting down, taking time out and just focusing on your breathing can work wonders. Really, it can. I'm astounded by it. It's all new to me, or relatively new, and I love it. I really, really do love it. And it is very, very helpful with stress levels for sure.
It is, absolutely. I completely agree. So what are your plans for the future? What have you got on that you're really excited about, that's getting you kind of pumped up for the rest of this year and into next year as well?
Well, I've been working on my blog page on my website, just posting about things that I see that are happening in terms of mental health and recipes, healthy recipes that are quick and easy to prepare, which I absolutely love. And I've been looking more into our gut being our second brain and the brain-gut connection. I'm fascinated by all that area. So about to launch a 3-day gut-friendly food plan, which I will put up on my website. And I'm just passionate about helping people who are in that state of overwhelm and stress see a solution. And there is a way around all of this, and you can carry on with your life in terms of your job and everything else, but you can also find that balance on the other areas of your life, with your family, with your friends, with your social life, with your exercise, with eating well. So, you know, it's finding that balance with everything. So I'm very passionate about that. And I'm just loving this new area that literally has grown organically from helping my husband and my children and myself to people asking, you know, all the time, wow, what are you doing? What are you eating? You look great. How are you coping? I can't believe how you've got through this. You know, what's your secret? Oh, can you help me? And it's just grown. It's just, I was never meant to be a business, but it's just become that way, which I'm very, very happy about. And I love seeing the joy and the happiness in other people as well.
That is the most beautiful way for business to grow, isn't it? Just naturally, organically. It's just beautiful. And I hope you don't mind me asking, how is your husband now? How is his recovery?
It's very slow. It's been 2.5 years. He still has very limited speech, and unfortunately has epilepsy now as well. So there's further complications, but he's still himself. He's just a different version of himself, is how I like to put it. But he's still there. It's not easy. It's a long journey for him. It's also very difficult for my children. They sort of lost the father that they knew. I lost the husband that I had. So it's all big changes, but he's still with us, and I'm very grateful for that.
Absolutely. And what incredible, inspiring woman you are, to be able to not only take what has happened and turn it into the most beautiful business in the hope to inspire others, and to help others, is just an incredible thing that you've done. So
thank you, Jen.
So congratulations. I wish you every success in the future, and I'm so looking forward to watching your journey, Valerie.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. And thank you for having me on your show.
Of course. Can you talk to us a little bit, actually, just before you go, about where we can find you on the online space, please?
Oh yes, I've gone from being a very private person to suddenly going into the world of social media and putting myself out there, which was a little uncomfortable at first, and I have to admit I did struggle with it, but I am starting to share more of myself now. Yeah. But yes, I'm on all the platforms, I think, just about, because I'm trying to get to grips with them all. But I'm on Facebook as Valerie Green Health Coach, and Instagram. Also Valerie Green Health Coach. I'm on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. And yeah, I think I've covered them all, haven't I?
And also website-wise, can you give us your website?
Yes. I'm website. I'm valeriegreen.ie.
Fantastic. And that's great for anyone that looks to download the 3-day challenge. Is it 3-day challenge, yeah?
Yes, it's three-day gut-friendly meal menu plan. So just to get your tummy feeling happy, your brain feeling happy again, because there is that brain-gut connection now that scientists are discovering. And our gut is known as our second brain now, would you believe? Everything goes on in there.
Wonderful. My goodness, I can completely get that, actually. Sometimes when I'm feeling excited, nervous, it's my gut. It's weird.
Yeah, trust it.
Thinking for you. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you, Valerie. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's, like I said, completely inspirational. So thank you for being here.
No, thank you, Jen. Thank you.
Excellent. So everyone that's listening out there today, I hope you took some motivation and inspiration from that as well today, listening to Valerie's story. If you want to find out a little bit more about Valerie, you can just scroll a little bit further down and you will see all of her links, and the downloadable link for that freebie as well, which she's offered to us today. And if you want to know a little bit more about Unstoppable, you can just go a little bit further and you will see the email addresses, the website, and everything else. And you can dive into the Unstoppable Mastermind community as well. So thank you so much again for listening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I appreciate you very much, and I will speak to you real soon. Thank you so much.